Excitement doesn't mean carelessness, but you see positivity in every situation. Are we together? We say laughter is one of nature's greatest tonics. What should you do? When was the last time you laughed? I'm talking of real laughter. I was telling my wife I saw an advert. There's a young man in Port Harcourt here. He calls himself the mayor of Port Harcourt. Mayor of Pitakwa. What's his name again? K.O. Baba. He has a comedy event on the 1st of April. Maybe I'm advertising it. I told my wife we have to be there. Let me just go and sit down and laugh. Is there anything wrong with laughing? I was at an event not too long ago, and a comedian, he said he went to look for a girl, and he didn't know the girl is a general's daughter, and he was rude to the soldiers, and he had something like a fan behind him. He didn't bother turning. He didn't know that the fan was the soldier getting ready to slap him. He said when the slap landed, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was. Till I got home, I was still laughing. You know why Nigerians can survive the madness in Nigeria? It's laughter. Everywhere you turn on the internet, there's a madman making you laugh. Even if you have not eaten for that day, when you have laughed, all the stresses that would have killed you dissipate. God put laughter as a tonic for life. So please, go for that show on the 1st of April. Go and do what? Laugh. The priceless value of cheerfulness costs you nothing. Right? Does cheerfulness cost anything? No. You don't pay for it. You're just cheerful that way. All right? And we're saying there are more truths to be told about cheerfulness. If people knew the healing power of laughter and good cheer, half of our doctors will be jobless. You are the one that imagines your problem till it kills you. Am I making sense to you? Let's go. We said laughter is nature's life preserver. It's a health promoter. It's a joy generator. Please laugh. Don't do WAEC. You see people coming to church on Sunday morning like they're coming to write maths in WAEC. You know how people look when they're writing maths? They're not greeting anybody. They have memorized too many things. And maybe they talk to you, some will go. And we said a sunny, joyous childhood is to men what rich soil and good sunshine is to plants. If your childhood was full of joy and laughter, trust me, you will blossom in life. If your childhood was dark, it's a struggle. It takes the help of God to break out of it. I can tell you that for free. All right? And we said there is no drug that can compete with cheerfulness, even cocaine. Why do they take cocaine? They want to be high. They want to be cheerful. They want to be carefree. They want to be just laughing at nothing. But it's a natural thing God has given you. You can laugh at yourself. You can laugh at anything, but just do what? Now let's practice. Laugh at the devil. Even your laughter no go make him vex. Why are you laughing at him? He has been defeated and he's still doing gra-gra. All right? Let me share a formula for cheerfulness. Very simple. Number one, build faith. Why is faith important? Because faith is the substance of things hoped for. You don't have it yet, you are persuaded you will have it. You can't be sad. Am I making sense? Number two, practice what? Laughing. I'm serious about this. Number three, develop the habit of smiling. There are some people, whether they are sad, whether they are happy, you don't know. In their mind, boning is looking handsome. It's a lie. You can't bone your way anywhere. You know, there was a time you say they are chinning. Keep chinning. Don't worry. Your wife will see you and walk past you and say, I don't like this one. All right? Number 4, make cheerfulness a what? A habit. Can you practice cheerfulness? No matter what comes your way, tell yourself, this is not the end of the story. You will find cheerfulness. Number 5, when was the last time you whistled? Think about it. When I was growing up, whistling was something that was very common. Am I correct? Today, do you still find people whistling? I was in Lagos. I was walking to a supermarket to pick up some items. I saw one white man. He was walking back from the supermarket. He was just whistling. Elderly man. I said, this is life. Whistling. But you, it's like you are the one carrying the problem for Africa. No. Learn to, even when I was small, whistling was so common that children wanted to learn how to whistle. And they will tell you that if you whistle at night, a spirit will come and catch you. Who did they tell that kind of story? Oh, how many of you have told your children that spirit will catch them? You are not whistling anymore. Think about it. That time children would learn to whistle. Why? They saw their uncles whistling happily. There is power in joy. All right? So if your disposition is cheerful, you will attract favor. People will be drawn to you. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the sun shines after every storm. Is that correct? No matter how long the storm lasts, will the sun shine? Yes. He says there is a solution for every problem. And the soul's highest duty is to be of good cheer. Is that a good thing to do? Just knowing that this problem is not the end of the story. Knowing that the sun will shine again. It's enough to be cheerful about. And as long as you are cheerful, you create an atmosphere that attracts God. I hope you know that God is attracted by the atmosphere of joy. That's why singing and dancing and praising, he says he inhabits. You can't be in such an atmosphere and you'll be cheerful. Amen? So please, walk away from this place, determine that your disposition will be what? A cheerful disposition. Now let's look at the last one, quickly. The art of conversation. This is going to be easy and straightforward. Conversation is the food of the ears. What did I say? If I'm looking for a contract with, let me say, GT Bank, and I don't have the ears of the MD, will I get that contract? It will never happen. It's when I have his ears that I can whisper to him, I'm looking for a contract, and we can have a conversation. Is somebody with me? And I said, every time you talk, your mind is on parade. Who has respected people until they open their mouth? Come on, talk to me, somebody. You had good respect, then the person opened their mouth. You say, what is this? Every time you open your mouth, what's on parade? Your mind. So please, before you talk, ask yourself, what are you parading? Am I making sense? I put this statement here because I couldn't do without it. I said here that experienced people would rather engage you in casual conversation. Because when they are casual, you lose your guard because they put you at ease. And when you lose your guard, within 10 minutes, you will reveal more about yourself than you will if the conversation is formal, going on for weeks. You see, some things have happened in the past as you're studying, trying to understand certain concepts, you run into truths. I recall before I left this country on an international assignment, the senior director who was trying to push my matter, he said, come and see me with your wife. Let's have dinner. And I walked in there. We just chit-chatting. Just general conversations. Nothing serious. And when we left him, he said, okay, tomorrow see me. Tell me about yourself. Now formal. And I told him, what is on your CV? He said, let me tell you about you. I was wondering then, I may have told people here that I was wondering, how did he know about me? Now I understand how he knew about me. Informal conversation. I opened myself up. Okay, this is the kind of character I'm dealing with. Conversations. You want to hire somebody? Bring them into your space, buy them lunch. Just gist with them. They will open their heart to you and you will know who you are. When you're going for an interview, you wear tie now. In fact, your friend helps you knot the tie. You don't know how to knot tie by yourself. Let them give you work first. You won't take your bath for 3 days and you will show up. Am I talking to somebody? Praise the name of the Lord. Quickly, a few tips around conversation. Let's go. Learn to avoid vulgarity. It's very critical. People just open their mouth. Whatever enters their head, they vomit it. It's wrong. Please be guarded. It's something you need to learn. Number 2, play down on yourself. Don't enter a conversation and the whole gist is about yourself. Am I making sense? Talk about the things that may interest the other person. Look for a common ground. Oshoke likes AC Milan. If I go and I begin to engage Oshoke on the history of AC Milan, do you think that conversation will end? As long as he's talking and I'm listening attentively, I'm asking clarifying questions, he will keep talking. But if I go and tell Oshoke about Inter Milan, will he want to listen to me? He's even shouting here, even as we are joking. If I tell him about the Yimba, he may say, okay. He'll just tell me that, okay, well, let's talk about the Yimba. We're not on the same level. Am I making sense to you? 3, be a good listener. That's the most effective flattery you can give to any person. Listen attentively. Don't keep cutting people in conversations. When you're a good listener, you flatter your audience. Number 4, attentive listening is an appreciated form of compliment. So if I listen attentively to you, I compliment you. Have you talked to people before? When they are done, they say, thank you for listening. You've been there before? Good. It's because you compliment them with your attention. That's how to be a good conversationalist. Number 5, don't spend too much time and too much attention on unimportant details. There are people, when the guy parked his car, then he said, the car was blue. The seats were orange. If you see the alloy wheels, if you see the double silencer, the person is waiting for you to tell the story. You have now gone on a journey. The car was 2022 spec. Not mid-range, higher range. You lose the person. One guy told us that story. He said when the guy landed, the car was just, after he described the car, he said as he opened the door, we just heard, walk on, walk on. You know that song? Walk on. At that point, we left him. I said, please carry your gist and go. Don't waste your time on unimportant details. Keep your conversation. There are sometimes you want to laugh and just banter and jibe. That's okay. But if you're having a conversation, keep it short and keep it straight. Yes. I would say put feelings and emotions into your voice. Don't just sound like a flatliner. Raga, 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 raga. I will sleep off and leave you. And also develop a rich tone to your voice. Do you know you can practice your voice? You can train your voice. I was on phone with somebody many years ago, almost 20 years ago. After we finished talking, had 1 or 2 conversations, now traveled to Lagos, and we met. We were in a meeting together, and when we finished, I introduced myself to her. She said, which Kingsley is this? The one I've been talking to on phone? I said, yes. Sir, I thought you were an elderly man now, that your voice is so soothing. I said, no, now maybe this. Am I making sense to you? You can develop a tone on phone that when people hear your voice on phone, they want to meet you. Is that correct? Even if your voice sounds like that, can you do something about it? Yes, you can. Do something about it. All right? I will say recognize the power of your words. Bros, next time I'll be moving my slides by myself the way you are going. I still have 10 minutes. Be calming down. I'm watching and pacing myself. Amen? Recognize the power of your words. This morning, I thank God for what Gamaliel shared with us. He said, utterance. And he gave an example. Everybody's crying, Nigeria is hard. I'm making negative confessions, Christians inclusive. He said, even if Nigeria is good, some people will not buy a car. They will not build houses. They will not go to good schools. It's not Nigeria that is good, it is you. Be good, and your Nigeria will be. Inside this Nigeria, is it good for some people? Okay. The choice is your own. So, the words you choose, let them be words that encourage. When you talk to people, speak as much as you can in positive notes. Even when there's a situation, can you talk about a situation with positivity and still resolve a conflict? It is possible. All right? As I round up, 2 points I make and I leave your way. I said here that nature's law is no sowing, no reaping, right? No matter how fair the weather is. We have the best weather for planting corn and you didn't plant, you won't reap. Don't fool yourself. So when we're talking about success, your personality is an asset. And if you cultivate, can you put the next slide up for me? If you cultivate a good personality, what will happen to you? You will reap success. Are we together? Okay. So by next Sunday, we will be having a plenary session looking at these 3 personality areas: charity, cheerful disposition, and a good conversation. The ability for having a good conversation. People have landed breakthroughs on the back of conversations. I hope you know that. So you need to learn this art. God bless you. Service starts in about 7 minutes. Please sit down, relax, and let's make ready for service. Thank you.